So Delhi has a new chief minister. Rekha Gupta was sworn in this afternoon at Ramlila Maidan, marking the BJP's return to the city in power after 26 years. Now, the ceremony was attended by the Prime Minister, the top brass of the BJP, the NDA and chief ministers of the states run by the BJP. I must take a detour from Delhi here to point out that the BJP now runs 14 states across India. The big ones are Uttar Pradesh, Assam, Maharashtra, Uttarakhand, where there is Yogi Adityanath, Devendra Fadnavis, Hemanta Biswa Sarma and Pushkar Singh Dhami. Now, apart from that, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Tripura, Goa, Gujarat, Chhattisgarh, Odisha. The two big NDA chief ministers, Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar, were instrumental in putting the BJP back in the driving seat after the Lok Sabha elections. There's Sikkim and Meghalaya, which are also NDA states. There was Manipur, but that's now under president's rule. So the BJP really showing strength at this point with all of the states that it runs. But of all that list that I called out, Delhi is the only one now that has a woman chief minister with Rekha Gupta. The only other woman chief minister in the country is Mamata Banerjee. And the reason why I'm pointing this out, I've taken this detour with your permission, is that at a time when on the other end of the world, someone like Donald Trump is saying diversity and inclusion is not important anymore, here in India under the BJP, they have picked a woman to lead the most important power center, which is the state of Delhi. It's not unusual for Delhi though. This is the fourth woman chief minister Delhi will have after Sushma Swaraj, the Congress's Sheila Dikshit that ran the state for a fairly long period of time, and the Aam Aadmi Party's Atishi in that recent stint. Now, Rekha Gupta's cabinet of 6 people that have been sworn in so far are all men. Parvesh Verma, who defeated Arvind Kejriwal, was the front runner for chief minister until we heard the announcement. Kapil Mishra, who is the poster boy for Hindutva in Delhi, used to be Aam Aadmi Party, but I think that part of his personality has faded completely. We hardly ever remember it. Ravindra Singh is the Dalit face of the new government, and he was instrumental in mobilizing support for the party in North Delhi. Pankaj Singh is a dentist turned politician, so he's a first-time MLA. Manjinder Singh Shirsa is the Sikh face in Delhi, and he has a prominent voter base as well. And Ashish Sood is a first-time MLA, but you'll remember him as a spokesperson from many TV debates for many years. But let's focus on Rekha Gupta, right? So she's a grassroots RSS ABVP leader with a 30-year career. She has a BCom degree from Delhi University, and she was the Delhi University Students' Union president. She was General Secretary of the Mahila Morcha in Delhi and a member of the National Executive Committee. Now, she's also been a councillor with the Delhi Municipal Corporation in 2007, and she's been mayor of the South Delhi Municipal Corporation. Remember, the BJP ran the MCDs for a fairly long period of time until the Aam Aadmi Party won the election very recently. Now, with her appointment, she joins Amit Shah, JP Nadda, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Dharmendra Pradhan and Nitin Gadkari as ABVP alumni who are now in powerful positions. Now, she comes in at a really interesting stage, and we could have this argument as to why I said Delhi is in crisis in the thumbnail of this video. But if we look at the issues that Delhi is facing, the fact that it's the capital of the country, I do believe that it indicates that there is a crisis, and I think that that is why maybe the people of Delhi have chosen to move away from the Aam Aadmi Party and choose a completely different government. Rekha Gupta comes in at a really interesting stage, I think, where the people of Delhi were fatigued, quite frankly, with the constant battling between the Aam Aadmi Party and the LG, the Aam Aadmi Party and the Delhi Police, the Aam Aadmi Party and the central government, and now people just want to get work done. Now, Delhi government, central government, LG, Delhi Police, all of the national boards, including the Pollution Control Board, this neighboring state of Haryana, all run by the BJP, and one would assume that this would mean that work would happen really quickly, and this is what is expected from the new chief minister. Now, I must point out here that there is a contrary point of view that believes that saying double-engine sarkar, which is unless you have a BJP government in the state and in the center at the same time, work will not get done or work will not get done fast enough, is actually undemocratic or unfederal. Having said that, on the other side, we are where we are right now, and one expects now that this is the case, that work will be done fairly quickly. Now, we've made a list, my team and I, of the things that we believe are of top priority in Delhi that need to be looked at immediately. And this is our interpretation. Yours could be different, and you could leave a comment for us. But the first on this list, and you know this is me, is air pollution. And I must point out, this was not in the manifesto. It has not been promised by the BJP, but I believe it's integral. Now I could tell you the numbers about Delhi's air pollution, but you know the numbers. मैं क्या ही बताऊँ pollution के बारे में. When it comes to Delhi, it's got a terrible reputation world over for being the worst polluted capital city in the world. And I had recently had a conversation with Dr. Tandon about GBS, and she said, forget GBS. Pollution is killing more people, and we're not focusing on pollution. And so I believe that pollution needs to be immediate, and we have to focus on it. And in the winter that is now ending, thank God, Delhi had some of the worst pollution numbers we have ever seen. And all of the things that have been tried so far, the odd and even, the air purifiers, the anti-smog guns, the arguments with neighboring states, none of that has worked. So I'm hoping at least the new Chief Minister can work with Haryana to bring down stubble burning. I expect some more friction with Punjab because that's still run by the Aam Aadmi Party. There are power plants in the state and in the city, factories in the city that are polluting. The waste to energy plant, allegedly, according to a recent report, is also polluting. One would expect something to be done there. Massive traffic jams. And everybody knows that when a car is idling in traffic, or when vehicles are idling in traffic, that really adds to pollution. And construction that is not following the rules about dust, which worsens the whole problem. So one would expect that the new government would really get into that. The second very emotive problem is Yamuna River pollution. Now, and this is why I think this is important. Now, the cleaning of the Yamuna became a big issue during the election. Why? Because 1/3 of the voters in Delhi are Purvanchali. So basically, Eastern Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Jharkhand. And for them, the river was really important because Chhath Puja meant they have to get into the river. And it looked terrible. It was fully polluted. And apparently 58% of Delhi's sewage is released into the Yamuna without properly treating it. So you can just imagine why this becomes important. Now the BJP won 70% of the Purvanchali seats. So basically seats dominated by this population. So and the BJP kept accusing the Aam Aadmi Party of not cleaning up the river. So one would expect now that this would be important. Also remember, the BJP actually made a promise in its manifesto saying it will rejuvenate the river and it will create a riverfront like the Sabarmati riverfront in Gujarat, and it's given itself a deadline of 3 years to complete this. There was also an argument between Atishi when she was Chief Minister and the Chief Minister of Haryana, saying that Haryana was releasing more effluents into the river for the election. Hopefully, if the two governments can now talk to each other, and that is a problem that will get sorted out as well. So, sewage treatment needs to be improved, industrial discharge into the river needs to be monitored, agriculture needs to be improved, environment needs to be improved. So, lots of work to be done around the river. The third problem is the shortage of water in the city of Delhi. There is water shortage. It's likely to possibly get worse during the summer. The Delhi Jal Board has said that there are power failures in Bhavna, Dwarka and the Haidarpur treatment plants, and that's what's causing the problem. Now, there is high ammonia in the Yamuna River, and the treatment plants cannot work when the ammonia is past a certain level. That makes water supply even more difficult. And along with water supply, I will also add 3.5, which is electricity supply. Now there's a problem with power supply in Delhi. There have been severe power cuts already. And you remember last year when there was a heat wave during the summer, Delhi's power needs just shot up to record highs. Now severe power cuts will also lead to power not going to water treatment plants, and so water will also become an issue. So water and power is point number 3 for me. Point number 4 is infrastructure. There is a lot of work to be done in the slum regions. There needs to be proper infrastructure of waste management. There are garbage dumps piled many stories high. The drainage system is apparently outdated, and there is an issue, oddly for Delhi, especially in the older parts of Delhi, of the number of wires that are naked wires that are just hanging over the streets that need to be sorted out as well. From a traffic point of view, I brought this up already, severe congestion. Delhi has the highest density of vehicles in one city in India, and that obviously causes congestion, traffic jam, adds to the air pollution. There is a problem of road encroachment, illegal parking, there's no pedestrian infrastructure, no place where you can walk. Now, the BJP promised in its manifesto to invest 20,000 crore rupees to develop an integrated transport network, a transition of 13,000 buses to electric vehicles, and ensure 24/7 metro services and buses. That is something to look forward to, and that's something that I would expect the government would look at and the Chief Minister would look at immediately. Point number 5 is women's safety. Again, this is me. Now, until now, the Aam Aadmi Party would say that Delhi police doesn't report to us, and so there is a mismatch there. But now the Delhi police reports to the Home Ministry, which is BJP, and also state government is BJP. So we're hoping that that will, take us closer to solving the problem of women's safety in Delhi. There is a very high crime rate. I must point out that Delhi's numbers as far as crime against women is concerned is the worst among our metros. And so there is a problem. Let's not argue with that. And you can ask any woman, hey, would you go to Delhi and walk down the street by yourself at night? The answer is no. Okay, and I'm not saying that other cities don't have a problem. I'm not saying other countries don't have a problem. I'm saying Delhi has a problem that needs to be looked at. And if we have a woman chief minister, can we please look at it immediately? Unsafe public transport, high crime rates, poor street lighting, poor CCTV coverage, low enforcement of actual policing, and the lack of a gender sensitive police. All of these things need to be looked at, and hopefully the new chief minister will look at it. Now, number 6, and this is the bonus, is the fact that the BJP made a lot of promises going into this election to sort of match the promises that Aam Aadmi Party was already handing out, is what are called freebies. Now, to balance that out with the amount of money that you have available is going to be a challenge. Now, the BJP promised 2,500 rupees as financial aid to all women before the 8th of March, which is International Women's Day. The Prime Minister actually said this is Modi's guarantee. I'm quoting here. On March 8th, women will start receiving money in their accounts. There's not a lot of time, which means that setting up that distribution, doing your KYC is going to take some energy out of the new government and take some effort out of the new government. And so that's something that will need to be looked at. There was also a promise of 21,000 rupees assistance to pregnant women. Now, that's another thing that will need to be executed. Besides, this is from the BJP manifesto. LPG cylinders at 500 rupees. One free cylinder each during Holi and Diwali, pension of 2,500 rupees for senior citizens, 3,000 rupees if you're above 70, affordable meals in the Atal canteen, employment of 50,000 government jobs under a transparent process, 20 lakh self-employment opportunities, and also granting full ownership under the 1,700 unauthorized colonies and enabling residents to buy, sell and construct property legally. Now, these are all promises that was made by the BJP in their manifesto. So, actually balancing that fiscal with the budget that you have is going to be the challenge for the new government. Now, the Delhi government presented a budget of 76,000 crore rupees last, out of which 16,000 odd crore rupees dedicated to education, because that was a big priority for the Aam Aadmi Party. So, the question is, will the BJP continue those priorities or change them? Now, unlike other states, the good thing about Delhi is that it's flushed with money. So, Delhi actually doesn't take loans. It has enough money to, and it claims it has a surplus to run the state. But given the kind of subsidies and handouts or freebies, however you want to call them, depending on which side of the aisle you sit on, it's going to put pressure on the the government's actual budget. Now, remember, the BJP kept criticizing the Aam Aadmi Party, saying Delhi is not going to be able to afford to give out the things that you're giving out. So, will the BJP continue to give out those things as well? And can they afford to do so in the long term? These are all questions that Rekha Gupta is going to have to answer. After her swearing in, she didn't go to celebrate. She actually went straight to Secretariat and started working. Apparently, she's looking at the CAG, the auditor reports of the government, to see where the money is going. So, she's gotten to work, but there's a lot to be done. There's a massive crisis in Delhi, and everybody's hopes are really high. And when hopes are high and expectations are high, it means that there's a lot of pressure as well to deliver. So we're going to keep a close eye on Rekha Gupta and her team to see what they're going to do in Delhi and how they're going to deliver all of the things that have been promised. Leave me a comment on what you believe should be the priority for the new Delhi government, and how you believe they're going to tackle it. And let me point out that we have a membership running on YouTube. So if you sign into our membership, we're going to start putting out more member-only content, which will be personal, more personal to me than the straight news stuff that we talk about. So do sign into our membership, and I'll put out more content, and it will help us do a better job for you. Thank you.